2-1 ball game. How you going, Chelsea Cohen? It's a leadoff triple for the Cats. Will the Struck coming on a fantastic diving catch. Are you kidding me? Swing and a miss. No hitter. No hitter.
Well, welcome to Diamond Sports Park at West Beach. It's one of these humid, not so hot, but at least it's not a cold wind blowing down here. We just seen a very excellent game between Seacombe and Walkerville, which Seacombe ran out by the odd one run. Now, joining me today is Kathy Lambert. Now, Kathy Lambert is a well-known person around softball fields. There's her daughter, her elder daughter, comes in to be part of the action, I feel. Both her daughters are playing today, which is a very unusual thing. So it's a treble of Lamberts. One's playing at shortstop. The gun shortstop for West Torrens is Jordan, and the sister is Regan, who's playing very well out at centre field. Kath, what have you got to say?
Yeah, well, they certainly had a really good tussle last time these two teams played together, and each of the sisters got the other one out at one stage. So there was plenty of conversations around the dinner table. But regarding the rest of the teams here, we've got West Torrens, who've got no changes. They're at full strength today, and they've got the best lineup ready to take on Glenelg. Only changes with Glenelg at this stage are with Nevis and Davies, who have swapped between the two outfield positions. So Jess is now playing right field, Kara's gone to left field. Batting-wise, Sophie Hoyle is always strong for Glenelg. She's just had a little bit of inconsistency so far this year, only one big hit. That one, of course, was a big one, going over the fence. West Torrens, their top 4 or 5 are batting the best combination in the league, and add to that a handy bottom order. Kelsey Nucky, Lana Kaiser, Nema Burridge are a formidable middle order. One of the most dangerous players in the game, Jordan Lambert, will bring her great leadership, although she has been a little bit under the weather this week, Lee, so it'll be interesting to see if that takes its toll on her out there today.
Well, we're now just lining up to have a minute's silence because it is Remembrance Day, and that is a famous day in history.
Would you guys out there?
Just do it.
Well,
So we're going to give everyone a minute's silence
Yes,
here.
it's a minute's silence, as I said, for Remembrance Day. So everybody remove your hats and be upstanding. Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody, for your attendance of that. What are those people screaming out there?
All right, so we've got Maddie Scott pitching for West Torrens. She's sitting second at the moment with strikeouts behind Jade Peterson, who picked up another 11 today. So Jade's leading with 87 strikeouts in the competition so far after only 10 games. That's quite an outstanding stat. Sasha Penglay's pitching for Glenelg. We haven't got too much information on her at the moment. She's been playing a little bit of outfield as well.
Just going around the defence for the West Torrens Eagles side, and it's a very strong looking side out there on the field. Leading the battery, it's Maddie Scott to Carly Allen. The people on the lines are Kelsey Nucky at first, Lana Kaiser at third. The pivots are Emma Burridge at second, Jordan Lambert's at shortstop, and the outfield from left to right, Jackie Bill, Alicia Marching, Courtney May. The bench sitters, Brodie Borobnik, Ella White, Amy Wheeler and Mackenzie Ween.
And for Glenelg, we do have some stats now on Sasha. She's pitched 8.7 innings so far this season with 3 strikeouts. And she'll be in the pitching circle to Megan Wheatley. We've got Caitlin Carroll on first, Montana Edwards second, Gemma Cochran at third, Sophie Hoyle at shortstop, Cara Davies at left field, Regan Lambert at center, and at right field we've got Jess Neves, and on the bench we've got Lauren Jury.
Well, I have some more bench sitters for you. They are Alicia Mead, Kayla Cook, you've said Lauren Jury, and it's Taylor Mead and Tamika Penglaze. Nice to see Tamika back.
It is.
Having a run in the A grade.
So some good benches on both sides by the look of it.
And I think this is going to be a very good game. Despite where the teams are on the ladder, it's West Torrens second position at the moment and Glenelg in last position. But you never know. This season is developing into surprises now and again. Maybe this is one.
All right, we've got Maddie Scott up to pitch here, so she'll work with Carly Allen to decide what she's going to do with Regan here. Regan's had a nice swing at that. It's a foul ball down the third base line. Regan is leading her team in walks so far at in this first batting position.
Good, means she's a good judge of balls and strikes. That's well done.
Maddie coming in to pitch second. Oh, and there's a bit of a change-up speed pitch there, which caught Regan off guard there. So 2 strikes at the moment. Regan making the adjustment, and a high ball. So 2 strikes, 1 ball at this stage.
Yes, Maddie, in the games I've seen this season, Kathy, she's started well, but just has a little bit of a flat spot. I don't know what it is, whether she gets tired or what. So she'll be looking to go the whole way through here.
Yeah.
Under tough conditions.
And another foul off there by Regan. Yeah, it is tough. I mean, I know having sort of experienced a lot of girls at the age Maddie has, 3 of my own, and then coaching a lot of girls at that age, this is a tough time of the year for them. They're going through exams at school, so there's quite a bit of pressure on them in lots of other ways as well. Another ball there from Maddie. So still 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yes, and surely that must take its toll on young people. You know,
yeah, definitely.
They're growing, they're developing, they're maturing, and all this is thrown at you in those years.
Yes. Another good swing. Regan's definitely showing she wants to be hitting today. That's a good sign.
So a question without notice, Kath. Who do you pick today?
Who do I pick today?
Yes, out of these 2 teams.
You're really asking me a tricky one here,
Well,
Lee.
I am. Well, you could say a draw. Go a draw.
Oh, a draw. I like
We've
that
had
idea.
some draws.
I like the idea of a draw.
Okay, I'll keep you to it.
How about just a good game by everybody?
Sounds fair enough.
Regan picks up another walk, so that's really good, smart batting and not getting caught under pressure. Nope, and she realizes she's actually only got 3. So full count on the batter here. So what is Maddie going to do here? Oh, riser. So got Regan with a strikeout there. And that brings Maddie to 34 strikeouts for the season so far. 1 down. And Glenelg have brought in Jess Nevis.
Pretty good strikeout record for a young pitcher like Maddie.
Yeah, she's doing really well in the strikeouts. And that's 1 strike on the batter already, so she's already ahead in the count.
And not a big strike zone to work in here for Allen and Scott, but good hit of the ball, Jess.
Just a little bit high, that one, so we've got 1 ball, 1 strike. Jessie's a good hitter and a good runner. She's got some good legs on her. Coming in for the third pitch, yes. And that's a foul ball off to the first base line. So Jess has got 2 strikes on her and 1 ball. What do you think Maddie will do here, Lee?
I think she might throw it off pace here, I think. And she did
exactly what you said, and that's Maddie's second K2 for the day, and she's up to 35.
Looked a little high from here, but we're not in the best position. Umpire.
Megan Wheatley's up. Now, she's one of the quickest runners in this team, and she's got a batting average up at the moment of 333. And she pops that up to second base, Emma Burridge, to retire the side. So that was a 3 up, 3 down. Good pitching inning by Maddie Scott.
It's a very good start for the Eagles then. I do feel a few spots of rain. I don't think it'll be much, but we'll push on regardless. Now we're going to have a look at the Glenelg defensive positions. The outfield, Cara Davies is at left, Regan Lambert centre, and Jess Neves is at right field. The pivots, Sophie Hall at short, Montana Edwards at second. The liners, Caitlin Carroll at first, Gemma Cochran at third. And the battery, Sasha Penglaze to Megan Wheatley. Their bench, Alicia Mead, Kayla Cook, Lauren Jury, Taylor Mead, Tamika Penglaze.
And Coach Apolsky for Glenelg's tried a few combinations this year. So we've seen Gemma Cochran playing first and third. We've seen Sophie Hoyle at third and shortstop. Montana and Megan have swapped catcher and second base a few times. And Jess, of course, we've seen in the infield as well. So I think she's just taking her time trying to find the best lineup this part of the season.
Yes, as an experienced softball person, Tracy Apolsky. She's, like you said, she's probably trying to find which is the best lineup. Caitlin Carroll, we hadn't seen her playing at first base before this season, I'm sure. So she's working things around, probably trying people out and saying to them, well, you know, show me what you've got. And while you're doing well, you'll remain there. That's fair enough.
That's fair enough. And Caitlin's done a really good job at first base. So she's quite an all-rounder. She's very good in the outfield and hasn't done a thing wrong at first base either. No,
and she's very quick on her feet. So anybody going to bunt against her and Gemma Cochran, 2 entirely different people, they're going to have trouble.
They will.
And Caitlin's involved, and Caitlin's the sort of player that needs to be involved in the game, like some young people do. They concentrate better.
That's right. So we've got Jordan Lambert coming up first for Glenelg, for West Torrens. She's leading the team with a batting average of 588.
588. That's fantastic.
And first pitch from Sasha is a ball.
Well, what sort of girls are they? I mean, we know what Jordan's like at playing. What are they like at home or when they're off the diamond?
And that's a high ball by Jordan and caught comfortably by Montana Edwards. So one out for Glenelg.
What I'm getting at is what's Regan like as a person, where we know that Jordan is this bubbly, full of beans type of person.
Yeah, so you're right. Jordan is full of beans, and what you see out here at softball is exactly what we see at home. She certainly is lively and always quite positive, and so definitely lovely to have her around. Regan is a little quieter. Maybe she doesn't get a word in when Jordan's around, perhaps that's the reason, but yes, certainly more of a deep thinker.
Maybe she's in the shadow of her sister. It happens, they tell me.
It does happen. All right, Kelsey Nucky's up on base at the moment, at the batting box, looking to get West Torrens onto the diamond.
Good hit of the ball, Kelsey. Can hit the ball hard.
Yes.
Normally pulls the ball down the left field line or in that general area.
She's had some really good hits this year, Kelsey, seeing the ball really well. The batting average is 261. She reaches for that one right down the middle, out to center field, and she gets herself a base hit.
Well, good control by Nucky then. She just waited on the pitch and just pushed it up there. Sasha's a steady pitcher. And this game has pitches. Maddie's a bit quicker.
Yes.
But, well, a lot quicker than Sasha. But the previous game with Gabby Snyder and Jade Peterson, we just saw two classic pitchers going out on hammer and tongs. I think 11 strikeouts and 10 strikeouts. So that tells the story in itself. And not many base on balls.
And that's a great hit by Mabarich down the third baseline. Tipped out of Gemma Cochran's glove. She just didn't get to it in time, and that brings Emma on to first and Kelsey Nucky into second. What do you think they'll do with Lana Kaesler? What will Coach Gooley do?
It's danger times, I can tell you, for the Rebels, because Kaesler and Allen and Scott can hit the ball very hard.
And that's their next lineup. Yes, Lana sitting on 500. With 8 RBIs, so she's doing really well in the batting box at the moment.
And Carly Allen's put one over the top in the previous game.
And it's probably worth noting, Lee, that anybody who puts... Oh, that's a great hit. Lana out to left field. Brings everybody around. Coach Gilly holds up Kelsey Nucky at third base, so we've got bases loaded. And we've got Maddie Scott coming up. So back to the promotion. So MC Sports, anybody who hits the ball, we've got Carly Allen up. Anybody hits the ball over the MC sign out there, just out of center field, or hits the sign on the full and gets a home run, gets a $50 MC Sports voucher. So special thanks to MC Sportswear for their support of softball.
And if you need any sportswear, they're the people to see. 779A Port Road, Woodville, www.mc.com.au. They have been sponsors
Carly
of ours.
Allen, and that's what she does
do
well.
a lot for softball South Australia, so please support them.
So her hit brings in Kelsey, brings in Emma, and brings in Lana. So she's hit a double with a 3 RBI.
I'm thinking the intentional walk. I know hindsight's a wonderful thing, but letting Carly Allen bat with 3 on has proved costly.
Good point, Lee. Now we have Maddie Scott. I was one ahead of myself. So coming up, we've got Carly on second base. Maddie's pretty decent with a bat this year as well, with a 304 batting average. Penglaze is winding up, and Maddie has a good hit at that. It's an error in the shortstop. Came quite hard at Sophie Hoyle out there. And we've got runners at first and runners at third.
And Scott hit that ball hard, as you said. There's been some hard hits already. It's Alicia Marching, the centre fielder.
Alicia's another batter over 300 this year. They've got 6 in their lineup, West Torrens, batting over 300. Watching that first one. So ball 1 to Alicia.
I think they're a strong side when they've got their best team, West Torrens. Well, that's not unusual for any team, but they need their strong team because they've had some bloopers when they haven't had their best team.
That's right. 2 balls. Two balls to Alicia. Maddie's still sitting at first and Carly Allen at third at this stage. No steal in place.
2 balls.
Foul ball down the left field line from Alicia.
And they've come out swinging, West Torrens, right from the start, just like Seacombe did last Wednesday night to force a 7 runs to 0 game after 5 innings.
They looked
against
really
Hills.
strong in that game. You're right, they were aggressive from the beginning.
6 runs in the first 2 innings, game over.
Oh, strong hit. Again, foul ball from Alicia. Yes, I wonder if that's what James Harris and Scott Radigan's strategy was on Wednesday night. Maybe.
It appeared to be from the central commentary position. It was, we're taking it here, right here, and so much so that the opening pitcher, Talia LaRosa, was replaced very early in the second innings.
All right, so we've had a hit out to right field by Alicia. We're just watching the replay now. Hit out to right field. Great catch, great running in to get that from Jess, and she fires it into home base. Megan Wheatley has gone for the runner at second, and Maddie Scott is safe at second. So we've got one RBI there. Carly Allen coming in.
And it's Jackie Buell, the hitter. The left field for the Eagles.
2 balls, Jackie's way. Still 1 down.
Yeah, steady pitcher, Sasha. You know, she'll get hit, but she needs the field to back her. Take the catches, knock the ball down when you can, prevent extra bases.
Yeah, it's actually 2 down. Jordan was the first out with her fly ball to second.
Yeah, there's 2 light.
2 down.
Jordan and Alicia.
And Jackie takes a walk. Runners on first and second. And we've got Courtney May coming up. Courtney's had some good hits this year.
So not a good sign for the Rebels, because they're going, with this batter, takes them through the lineup. And there's only 2 out.
Good play there by Sophie Hoyle. Comes in on that, picks it up early, and tags the runner running to third. Side retired, and the score is 3-0 to West Torrens. They'll be back at the start of their lineup when they come back in.
4. I think it's 4.
And coming up for...
They get it wrong. Yep.
Coming up for Glenelg, we would have their 4th batter. And they have corrected the score, Lee, so it is 4-0.
Yep.
Good start by West Torrens. That's what you
Terrific
always want.
start.
That's what you always want. Good start in the first inning.
And Coach Polsky spent just about all her softball life playing for West Torrens. She has been a very state player, very good player, left-handed pitcher, lovely person too.
Lovely
so
person.
she'll be good with the Glenelg girls. A lot of young players in that side.
I had the pleasure of playing with Tracy for a couple of years when I was still playing, and agree with everything you've said. And I think
that's not too far back,
it
neither,
wasn't that
Kath.
long ago, actually. And I agree with you. I think these girls are just going to benefit from her knowledge and experience. All right, we've got Sophie Hoyle up to bat.
And this is the most dangerous batter in this league as far as I'm concerned. Her judgment of balls and strikes is just impeccable. And she can hit it hard.
She sure can. And 1 strike on her. Maddie Scott's just thrown the first ball, and we've got a strike. And she's taking a piece of that. Foul ball off to the right, the first baseline. Sophie's playing in the statewide Super League for the AFL Women's competition.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good.
This year.
She'd be good at that.
She will be.
Strong
she's
person.
very good. She's very good.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
She's also in the Stars team for this year, which is fantastic.
It's great to see her back. She's had a couple of years off. So we've got 2 balls, 2 strikes on Sophie at the moment. What do you think Maddie Scott's going to do here, Lee?
Well, trying to keep it away from her as much as you can, not put it up like that.
All right, so that little bit high there. Full count on Sophie. So yes, she's always for any pitcher, I'm sure, the last thing they want to be doing is putting it right down the middle for Sophie. So it makes it very difficult for pitchers. Just outside. That was a
Judgment
good
of balls and strikes there. Classic example.
good speed from Maddie there, but it must have just been outside the plate. So Sophie gets a walk to first. And we've got Montana Edwards up.
And a very good young player.
Very good young player. So played in the Australian Friendship Series last year. And going away with the state under-19 team this year.
Yes, primarily a catcher or a second base player. With Megan Wheatley in this team, she's found herself playing at second Monty, so nothing wrong with that.
And she's got a good head on her shoulder, a sensible girl.
Yes. Her father, Peter, is the assistant coach for the Rebels.
He brings a wealth of knowledge to the Rebels with his baseball background.
Yes.
Monty takes a swing at that, and it's fouled off on the first base side. 2 balls, 1 strike on Monty. And there's a ball, so counts in her favor at the moment. 3 balls, 1 strike.
The umpires in this game, the Blues, the Kevin Tannenbrings on plate, the Hall of Famer Neville Lawrence is at first.
Nice.
And Steve Wallace-Yarrow.
Oh, that's a magnificent
thank you
catch.
very much.
That is a magnificent catch.
Just looking at the replay.
That will put a smile on her face. You can see that now. So it's 3-1 on the count on Monty. She takes a great piece of that, and Courtney has covered the ground really well. Excellent catch. And stops that run to second by getting in quickly as well, off her knees.
Handy being a left-hander with the glove on the right hand on that occasion.
That
Just
worked really well.
straight in there. Lovely piece of play by Courtney.
Okay, we've got Caitlin Carroll up. Caitlin's playing first base today. Good set of legs on her, runs really quickly, so she can bunt and usually pick up base hits, base runs that way. And if she gets any piece of the ball out into the outfield, look for her to take 2 bases.
I reckon 12 months ago she had a purple patch of batting. She hit a triple, was going like a bullet from memory, and just trying to capture that.
Okay, she's got 2 strikes on her, fouled that one off to third baseline. Maddie's got some good pace on it.
Caitlin's a classic case of a young person. When she's got confidence, she can do anything.
Yeah, she's definitely got lots of talent. Fouled off to the right side this time, down to the right field. She's definitely making Maddie work for this. Still 2 strikes. Sophie's still on first base. Change up, and unfortunately for Sophie, quick throw from Carly back to first, caught her off base, and that makes for the second out for.
Well, it was very unfortunate for Sophie and also for the Rebels because she got a bit of a break. She would have got back probably easily, but slipped, just stumbled, and that was it.
Bringing up 2 outs there. All right, so we've still got Caitlin in the box. Making Maddie work for this.
It's a good turn at bat. CC needs to get herself on here.
Good piece, and a great pickup by Kelsey Nucky at first
Nice piece
base.
of glove work.
Tire in the side, so that's 4-0. No runs from Glenelg at that stage, so that brings back West Torrens and back to the start of their lineup.
Yes, well, they look threatening there. Look very threatening with Hoyle getting on. And, you know, lead off, when you get the lead off on, it was like in the previous game, Walkerville got the lead off on and didn't score. So it becomes very costly.
They just need to get those few on, and I think, you know, they've shown in the past in getting to the grand final last year, they've got some good batters in the team, so they're just needing to get that flow.
They certainly have. The only thing they're missing is Morgan Lashley, and Morgan Lashley was outstanding last year.
She definitely made a difference for this team last year. And looking at the weather map at the moment, Lee, it looks like we're going to have some rain coming our way in the next hour.
This is not predicted, is it? I wouldn't have thought so.
Doesn't look too heavy. Hopefully we'll be able to make it through the game.
And not get electrocuted, which is more important than making it through the game.
Particularly not on your birthday, Lee. And happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you very much.
20 years young today?
No, a few more than that.
Well, I hope you're having a good birthday.
Well, I certainly am. I'm doing what I like doing, enjoying myself at the softball.
Good place to be. All right, top of the lineup here, and we're back to Jordan Lambert. Sasha's put the first one over the plate. Jordan's had a look at that one, so it's strike one on her.
Knowing Jordan, I think she's going to get really nasty like they're calling from their bench with this pitch.
And that one went in the dirt before it got to the base, so we've got 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, you would have seen an improvement in your eldest daughter, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
With over the last 12 months, she's become a complete player, I think, Jordan.
She has. She's worked very hard. I think she's you know, she's passionate about her softball, and she puts in a lot of time and effort, and I think living with Belle White as well has been a real bonus. Just that's a great hit by Jordan right through the middle. Belle's been a great role model and mentor for Jordan, and I think that's been a real bonus for her. So I've really seen her professionalism grow over the last couple of years, as well as her commitment to the sport. And
as long as they don't take the bubbliness out of her, because that's what makes Jordan, I feel. Yeah,
definitely. All right, so we've got Jordan on, safe hit to center field then, and we've got Kelsey Nucky up.
Nucky's already got it 1 from 1, hit up the middle.
Jordan's off. And
called out and now safe as the tag got knocked away from Sophie.
Oh, so very close there, but as you said, Lee, the ball.
The big bruiser landed.
Got the replay going here, and the ball has come out of, well, looks like it's hit Jordan as she slid, but she does look like she was safe on that anyway. So it would have been a good steal then on Jordan's behalf. She has been doing some speed training over the last 6 months, even though she was quick, but she's just been working on her technique just to fine it up, and that's really made a difference at the start of this season as well.
I tell you what, it was an excellent throw by Megan, because Jordan is one of the quickest people running, and she had the ball start.
And Megan's spot on with her throws, so you rarely see Megan throw it anywhere except to where it needs to go. And that's a foul ball by Kelsey. Out to the right field side.
Notice the difference in Nucky's batting. She's attempting to go right side of the diamond, because it doesn't take much to work out. She likes pulling it like that.
Like that. And putting it on the right side will also give the opportunity for Jordan sitting at second to try and force herself to home and pick up another run.
Well, if Kelsey makes this land somewhere on the green, Jordan's going to score. It's as simple as that, because the outfield are playing very deep for obvious reasons.
There she goes. Just foul on the right-hand side. But you're right, that's what she's looking for, Lee.
I must compliment her after this game, Kelsey. That's 2 in a row I've seen her go right side of the diamond. Credit where credit's due.
Exactly. It's not easy to do.
Ooh.
And opposite side of the field this time for another foul ball.
I think Sasha's best shot here is just to pitch it down the middle
Yes. Yes,
Let her
Kelsey's
go up the middle.
making it hard for Sasha with hitting both sides of the field. And that one's out to right side again, but another foul ball. So
3 in the 1 innings.
Will she pull this time? Pull to left?
Depends where the ball is, I think. I think it's taken her a while for the penny to drop, but she's realised that if they know I'm going to pull it, we're going to pitch you outside, madam.
Correct. Sasha's an experienced pitcher, so she'll be working this out. Kelsey's a long shot to center. Regan Lambert's taken that. Jordan's taken off. And she's held at third. So good catch out there by Regan, but nice hit too for Kelsey to advance the runner.
Yeah, and as I said before, I think that's probably the pitcher's best option because she doesn't get the same amount of power when she pulls, and the chip shot out the right field. Look where Jess Neves is playing. She'll be in danger in a minute because there's a jumper about to land shortly.
And we've got Emma Burridge up, and she watches the first pitch, and it's ball 1 to her.
It's going to take a really... Emma's a right side of the diamond hitter, but I don't think she'll hit the ball over Jess's head from that distance.
It's good to see her back too after being out last year
Certainly
with injury.
Is. Excellent player she is.
Talented young player.
A very easy player to coach, I believe.
And there's a strike. Sasha working it around the plate there. 2 balls and 1 strike on Emma at the moment. She'll be looking to get it through the infield or out to the outfield to try and score that run on third base, to try and score Jordan Lambert.
The thing is, when you're batting against somebody like Sasha's pace, you wait. You just have patience because there's one that's got your name on it.
And she's been patient, and or not. She's been patient, and she picks up a walk to first. So 1 down, runners on first and third. Bringing up Lana Kaiser, 500 batter this year. Had a big fly out to 7 in the first at bat, so that would be a handy another handy position to do. She looks like. So a bit of a tricky play there.
There was Sophie Hall said I think a few too many words, and she said yes, Monty, and Monty was already committed to third for the pick off on the 1-3 split, but by the time she got yes, Monty, the runner, had already got there at Burridge. So
a steal to Emma Burridge.
Sometimes when you're fielding defensively, you don't need to say a lot of words like catches. You know, throw it to home. No, you just need to say home.
Yes. Oh, that's a massive hit. Lana Kaiser out to in between center and left field. Regan picks it up out there, throws it in. Are they going to... Oh, that was a great relay, but not quite enough to get Lana out at third base. Let's have a look at this replay here, Lee. That was a great hit out. Lana's moving quickly there. She's already scored those runs. 2 RBI. And great slide into third base there.
And she is quick, Lana. Anybody thinks she's not quick? No, you're wrong. And it still comes to hitting, the power hitting. Carly Allen, building balls, long home run the other day.
That was a great hit over the fence, wasn't it? So 5-0 at the moment. And she's hit it out to right field. She's scored RBI. And what happened there, Lee? It looks like she... It's just a bit of stoppage in play here. And the replay shows... Oh, is that an obstruction there, Lee?
Yeah, it's obstruction. But the thing is, when you play your outfield so deep, those sort of hits, especially off a batter like Allen, who won't hit the ball to right field, she'll hit it up the middle or left centre on a regular basis. So Jess Neves, they're just checking on her to see how she is. Valiant effort to get it, but when you're a long way back, they won't allow you to ride a motorbike in the outfield. So you've got to play the percentages, and for a hitter like Alan playing deep, she's not going to go deep right field.
Yeah.
So you go in between the two fields, right, centre, but mainly centre, left.
Was, yes, a great effort by Jess, no doubt about that, but was just one of those in between, really tough to get at, and as you said, playing a little bit deeper there, it's all but impossible to get those.
Well, you're in more of a backstop position, Kath, rather than an attacking offensive. You know, I know you're playing defence, but be aggressive with your defence. You know, put some pressure on, attack the ball. She did everything she could, Jess, but she's fine.
She's good. They've pulled up. Coach Opolski's gone in, grabbed the team in, had a bit of a chat with them, so we'll see what happens from here. We've got Maddie Scott up, and we've got Carly Allen on second base. Ball one by Sasha. A little bit high in the batting box there, over the plate. And there's the first strike. 1-1 on Maddie. So Maddie's had 7 hits so far this season.
Which is good for a pitcher.
It is good, yes. And she hits that one hard, down the middle. Got a fumble out there by Regan Lambert, allows another run to come in.
Alan crosses the plate for the 1, 2, 3, 4th run for this innings.
And the score is 8-0. And the replay, nice hard hit right through the middle. Gets through Regan, Cara picks that up and brings it in, and Maddie gets herself to 2 with that. It brings up Alicia.
Last time she flied out to right field to Jess Neves. Then it's batters 8 and 9, Jackie Bill and Courtney May. And then we're at the top with Jordan.
And 1 down, Lee, is that right? Good swing there, Alicia.
1 down it is, Kath.
So
yes, I remember you playing centre field, I think. That's correct, isn't it?
I might have been filling in at centre field, but my main positions, I played for East Torrens and West Torrens when I was playing in Adelaide, and I was a pitcher, third base, and shortstop.
The day I saw you, from memory, and it's a couple of years ago, you were at centre field.
Must have been filling in.
In your maiden name of Raha.
Exactly.
Whereabouts do you come from originally? Tell the folks.
So good hard hit there. Good hard hit, Leisha. Unfortunately, an error there on the shortstop, Sophie Hoyle, and that allows another run to come in. We'll just watch the replay here, Lee. So West Torrens definitely out and being aggressive with the bats today. Yeah, so Sophie just didn't get her glove to that very well. Good pick up there by Cara and bringing it into second, but Alicia was already there. So I was, yes, I was an American, still I'm an American citizen, but got my Australian citizenship about 5 years ago. But I was born in America. My parents obviously American, but I have spent most of my life out of America. So I lived in Japan, I lived in England, and I moved to Australia when I was 14.
Right.
And yeah, played lots of softball everywhere we were. That was a strike by Sasha to start off with. And when I moved down to Adelaide to go to boarding school, that's when I joined the softball league down here. So I played for East Torrens in my first couple of seasons, and then when I moved closer to the west side of the city for university, I joined West Torrens.
Who was Nancy coaching you? Nancy Whittingham?
At West Torrens?
Yeah.
I can't really recall. No, I think that she had just finished up by
Just
then.
finished? Okay.
Yes, so good catch out there by Gemma Cochran to bring up the second out of the inning. And we've got Courtney May at the bat. But no, we had Tracy was our pitcher. I played in the state under-19 team for 2 years. Dick Coombe was my coach then. Tracy was on our team at that stage as well for the second year that I was there.
Oh, that's very good. So it's nice to get a bit of a rundown of just where you've been in your travels.
And certainly this western side of the city and this diamond, particularly of this softball ground, brings back many, many memories. So it's great to be able to come back here and support my children and their friends as they're having their softball careers now.
Well, that's what it's all about. And don't you derive a lot of satisfaction from supporting your children?
Yeah, it's definitely great. And they love their softball, so it's great to see how much fun they have doing it.
Yes.
It's a hard hit to Gemma, who picks it up and makes a nice clean throw over to Caitlin at first base to retire the side. So going in to the end of the second inning, we've got West Torrens on 9 and Glenelg yet to score.
Yes, so they've got their work cut out here, the Rebels.
They have.
And look at West Torrens Eagles coming out, bouncing out.
They've got to be
bouncing out on the field.
Playing with plenty of confidence at the moment, sitting in second place.
And is their substitute a relatively good substitute for confidence? I think not.
I think not. I think
No.
when
No,
it's going your way, it's always going your way.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter whether you're young, old, or in the middle. It's people need confidence. You know, that's what makes you successful. If you've got a full-time job, you know, through the week, and you're a machinist or whatever, you know, once you know what you're doing, you can become very good at it, very proficient. Just like the umpires are, very proficient in the Neville Lawrence Hall of Famer. How good is that? Was Neville umpiring? He wouldn't have been umpiring when you were playing?
I don't think so, no.
What he doesn't know about the game, same with Mr. T, Kevin Tannering, and Steve Wallace-Yarrow. What they don't know about the game, well, you could probably write it on a little piece of paper.
Yeah, it wouldn't be much, would it?
No, cigarette paper, I think.
All right, we've got Gemma Cochran up. She's the first batter for Glenelg. She'll be hoping to get on and just start a little bit of a flow going for Glenelg as well.
Yes, it's just a matter of working away, isn't it, Kath? Just try and get a few hits together.
Yeah, that's exactly right. One inning at a time.
But notwithstanding, Maddie Scott is pitching very well.
She is having a good game, so she's just putting a strike in there then. And followed up with a ball. Yeah, she's got a bit of pace on her this year, Maddie.
Yeah, I find she pitches with plenty of pace. She has been clocked at 96, 97 clicks. But then just halfway through the game seems to just lose it.
And
just the pace. Yeah.
She gets Gemma there with a change up. Watching it over there, Gemma, so it wasn't a change up where she swang at it, but that's
batters 8 and 9.
Batters 8 and 9. So Gemma's first out for the game. We've got Sasha Penglaze. And how's Sasha gone this year? She's 13 times at bat. She's picked up 1 hit and 1 run.
Well, Sasha's been sharing the pitching with Kushla Brewster.
She has.
And when you haven't got much speed, then all you need to do is throw accurately and throw spots and have your catcher work batters out.
Sasha fouls that off behind the catcher there. I watched Sasha last year have some really good hits, so I know that she's got it in her.
Her sister's a very good hitter of the ball. I see she's on the bench today.
It's great to see Tamika back in the game.
Just come back, Tamika, which is good to see.
She's coaching one of the under-17 teams at Glenelg this year, so there's no doubt they'll be benefiting from her knowledge and experience as well.
Talking about pullers of the ball, she is a notorious puller of the ball to left field, like Nucky, but Kelsey Nucky has changed her, is trying to work on that sort of thing. So when the gun pitchers come on against her, they'll throw outside and she can just use the pace of the pitch to tonk it out the right foot.
All right, so Sasha just had a strike on her there. It's full count, 3 and 2. What's she going to do here? And a little bit low, just below the knees there, and Sasha picks up a walk for Glenelg. That brings up to the base, to the plate, Cara Davies.
Well, when you're pitching for the Rebels in this game and they're trailing by 9, the pitcher, in this case Sasha, feel comfortable getting on base at least.
Yeah, that is good.
Just might just pluck her up a bit.
Kara's taken a piece there. Good pickup by Maddie, and she's gone for the lead runner to pick up the out at second base. Bringing up to the plate. First batter, we've gone through the lineup, and we're back up to Regan Lambert.
So Kara was out courtesy of the fielder's choice.
Sasha was out. Kara's on first base.
Yeah, Sasha was out.
Yeah, courtesy of the fielder's choice.
On the Kara's turn at bat, correction. You can't do much about that. Kara just hits the ball and Maddie gets across, throws the lead runner out.
So we'll be looking for to get some sort of flow going here for Glenelg. What's Maddie going to pitch here? On the ground, and that allows Cara Davies the opportunity to get to second.
What's Regan's strengths, you think, in softball?
She is also quick, so she's got some good legs on her.
Which is no surprise, is it? the family genes.
Well, I think it had a little bit to do with the fact that Ross, their dad, my husband, and myself are both athletics coaches, track and field coaches, so they've spent a lot of time. There's another ball. They spent a lot of time in their junior years doing athletics, where they were taught. They pretty much all-rounders, but they certainly loved hurdles and sprinting as well. So
okay, good. Well, that's
technique certainly helps, and that's a good time to sort of mention, Lee, that Softball SA this year, that's a strike, are putting a speed focus in some of their state teams, and provided an opportunity for players to come and register to learn some specialized sprinting and acceleration skills on Friday nights. Yours truly is the
you're running it. Yes, I've heard.
Running it.
I've
Nice
heard.
piece, Regan.
Very popular, I believe.
Yeah, we had our first session with the extended group last night, but I had trialed it for the first 5 weeks with the Aussie Spirit girls before they went away to Japan, and there was some fantastic results coming out of that.
Good.
Good hit there by Regan, forcing an error by Lana Kaiser. And that brings Cara Davies around to third. So yes, we had our first session with the extended group last night, and by all accounts, so far so good. They really enjoyed it and could see some real improvement last night. So between 5 and 6 o'clock, we had the under 15 state team girls, and then between 6 and 7, we had about 15 of the girls from under 17s to open. So it's a voluntary thing, but the girls last night said they really enjoyed it and got a lot out of it. So
well, if it's voluntary, the keenest softballers will be out there. They'll attend, won't they?
And I've already heard from Morgan Young today, who coaches the under 15, one of the under 15s teams, and he said that he was watching some of the players in their games today, and he really felt that, I know it hasn't only just been 1 week for their team, because I have been working with that team for a couple of weeks, but he said there's a change in their technique and their aggression in their positions while they're running, and he's really feeling like this is going to benefit his team. And Jess hits a short hit, infield hit, and it's a good pickup by Maddie, but it looks like she just didn't get there in time. And
well, she didn't. She was hard to tell. We got on the replay here.
yes, we've got the replay going here.
No tag was the call. What did you see?
I wouldn't have wanted to make that call. What about you?
No, I'm just sitting there. I don't have to make that call.
That was
But
a tough call.
the offshoot is that they scored a run.
They've scored a run.
That is something in the bank.
And
That runner's going to be out.
oh, that's a bit unfortunate there for Regan. So it was a good hit there by Megan Wheatley into shortstop, but unfortunately Regan, I think the adrenaline got the best of her, and she was going a little bit too quick to hold up.
Described very well then.
And unfortunately, her sister
But
picked
they're
it
on
up
the board.
and
They're on the board.
picked it up and just looked at her, because she knew that was going to be an obstruction call. So good hit by Megan. We're looking at the replay now. Nice hard hit to, oh, yes. We can see that Regan, it looks like she's not really sure what she did there, but I think she definitely would know now. Anyways, so they are on the board.
Yeah, it looked like Jordan pulled rank over her sister then, didn't it? That's what it looked like to me.
There might be some interesting conversations around the dinner table tonight.
There could be no extra cup of tea or whatever they drink, and I'm sure it's not a cup of tea.
I'd love to know what goes on in that household.
No, I wouldn't, thanks, Kath, but thanks all the same. I have 2 daughters, grown-up daughters, and both of them, I'm fortunate to say, weren't interested in going to school this week, and I didn't press the issue.
Oh, they made better choices.
Yeah. Well, time will tell.
All right, so we've got back to the top of the lineup for West Torrens. So we've got Jordan on. How's she done so far today, Lee?
There's fly 4, that was just a little chip shot up in the air to Montana in the first turn at bat, and then the hit up the middle, the bouncy shot.
Oh, that's right.
The bouncy, yep.
Let's go.
Okay, so Sasha's still in the middle. No changes out there for Glenelg. Same team. And first pitch there looks like a little bit of an off-speed pitch from Sasha, but just a bit high. So 1 ball.
Few spots around. That didn't look too good on the TV there, on our monitor.
No, it didn't. Looks like it'll be light initially, but then it's going to pick up and be a little bit heavier. So
Okay, it wasn't predicted until Tuesday or Wednesday this week. Dare I say they've been wrong before, the Department of Meteorology.
Well, let's hope the picture is wrong too, and let's hope we can get through this game and the 6 o'clock game
after. We've got 35 minutes in actual time.
Ball 2, strike 1.
Got 2 balls and 1 strike on Jordan. She just pulled that last one around to the 3rd base line for a foul ball. And did the same thing again here. She's eager to hit.
Nearly decapitated umpire Wallace Yarrow.
So she's going to have to be a little more patient. So she's good at changing speeds and varying things a little bit. So
how is Jordan for patience? Or should I ask another question?
Probably still developing.
Oh, okay.
And that's looked very close, but it looked like that was another ball.
But that's the price you pay for being a bubbly person, though, isn't it?
That's right.
You know, you can't have it both ways.
Oh. And she hits it up high, same thing.
Repeat of the first turn.
Repeat of the first one. So Sasha pitched that out a little bit outside, and Jordan reached out for that, and it's a little bit out of her sweet spot.
Clever pitching by Sasha then.
That was good pitching. That brings up Kelsey Nucky. How's Kelsey done today?
Kelsey's got a single and a fly to 8.
Okay.
That was a good catch by Regan. That was the one she was running around to, I think.
First pitch by Sasha is a ball.
Oh.
Okay, second pitch in there. Kelsey has a good swing at it, but she's pulled that right down to the 3rd base left field line.
I saw her a few years ago, maybe 3 or 4 perhaps, when Vanessa Stokes was pitching, and she's drilled it down the left field line for a 3-base stand-up triple, and at the end of the game, people measured the pitching distance.
Yes, just out of now on the other side of the field, foul ball out to the right field.
And
yes,
people
Lee?
measured the distance, and it was only 40 feet Vanessa was pitching from. And we all thought, gee, she looks close today, so they'd set the thing, and Kelsey's living on that, as I would too.
Wow.
She's ripped it down the line, hardly saw the ball go.
Wow. Yeah, she can certainly do that, Kelsey. Quite
That's her
achiever. She's a quiet achiever. Just inside there. Brings up another ball. Just being very patient in there. There's another swing at that. Fouls it off behind.
Looking to go left side again. So this turn at bat, Sasha hasn't thrown it outside. I would persist in throwing it outside, although Jess Neves is miles deep there, too far away for a catch.
Just outside there, so another ball. Brings up full count for Kelsey. What do you think's going to go on here, Lee?
Well, I think it's a simple game because when you're pitching, that's the place to do it. Same as I said with Carly Allen. Like, just make them hit the ball up the middle with less power, because the power is here, and sometimes they rip one out here, right field. But it's a game of cat and mouse between the pitcher and the batter. Pitcher doesn't want to throw what the batter wants to receive, and vice versa.
So that hit down to 8.
Yep.
Fielded by Regan Lambert, brings Kelsey up another hit for the day. Single out to right field, out to center field, and we brings up Emma Burridge. And that ball's gotten away from the catcher. It was bounced on the ground, and Emma's taken the next base, so she's at second base. Oh, Kelsey's at second base. Emma's at the
Regan's
plate.
been in the play a lot today, unlike her sister, who's hardly had a ball. I don't think she's had a ball to her at the moment.
She won't be happy about that. She does like to make sure that she gets her money's worth out there every time she's playing.
Yeah.
She wants to be on the base, and she wants to have a lot of balls hit to her.
She'll probably get 2 outs the next innings.
And Emma's also keen to hit, pulling that one down the left field line as well.
And that's the opposite side of the field that Emma normally hits to. I remember one year when Richard Coombe was still coaching Sturt, he had his left fielder go over and play in a short right field. So he had all the people there, and they still...
I do recall that.
And Emma still hit the ball up in the air, and they got caught by this short person.
Oh, Emma reaches for that one, and then just as you said, Lee, out down to the right field. Let's have a look at the replay of that one. But we've got runners now at second and third.
And that's classic Burridge batting. That side of the diamond.
She reaches out for that, goes out to the just past Caitlin Carroll there.
So
Bit of a fumble there from Jess. She's chasing it and keeping her eye on the runners, but by that stage there, it's second and third.
So a little memo for pitcher Sasha Penglaze. You've seen Emma pull one left side foul, then you've seen her get a safe hit by the line right side. Pitch the ball down the middle and see what she does with that.
Lina's back in. She's had a high one. Oh, and it's just dropped. It's just dropped in front of Cara Davies.
That's a base hit.
And she's grabbed 2 RBIs from that hit there. And we're looking at the replay now. Powerful hit. Cara's made some good running to get close enough, but not quite there. Again, maybe Lee, like you said, a little bit deep. It's hard to know with Lana and Carly coming up next as well where to stand, I would imagine. They're both such strong, powerful hitters.
But it's just the flat shots. What can you do with the flat shots? It's going to be a double in any case. But they're a long way away. Coach Gooley does that too, by the way, with West Torrens. I remember the game, and I forget who it was now, needed 3 outs to win the game, but it was Port Adelaide, I think, got up and drew the game, scoring 5 runs, but the outfield were deep.
They were.
So the pitcher, I think Courtney May was pitching at the time, at the end of the game, but the chips were going where somebody could have caught it. So Port Adelaide got out of it with a
draw.
Yes, I'm sure it's the Port game.
It was the Port game.
Yeah, one of the 2 that they've drawn with West Torrens.
That was actually on Channel 44 last night.
Oh, okay.
So we've got Carly Allen here up. We had Sash just another ball that just got away from her, just bounced it. It was difficult for Megan to get, and brought in a run. So we've got Lana at third base now, and Carly up. She hits that hard,
Foul ball.
which looks like it might have got a piece of Gemma's leg. She's looking a bit
Yes,
sore
I think
there.
so. I think that, I don't know whether it hit her or whether she twisted herself. We'll have a look at the replay if it's on.
A little bit of a delay in the game while they're just seeing if Gemma's all right. Two balls and 2 strikes on Carly. And just a little bit outside there, so full count.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
1 out.
1 out.
She reaches for that, but gets a nice hit between short and third there. Cara Davies fielding that, getting that into second base, but brings in another run. Lana Kaiser comes in for the 12th.
Third
run
run
for the inning.
Yep.
Coach Apolsky's called time. Looks like Sasha's coming off, and Taylor Mead is going to have a go in the circle here. Another one of the young up-and-coming players for Glenelg. So Taylor played a few games in B grade last year.
And spare a thought for the pitcher, Sasha Penglaze. She's tried her best, just got hit around a bit, and what else can you do but try your best?
That's absolutely right. And you know, the stats show West Torrens are on fire in the batting box this year. So, you know, it's got to be a tough gig for any pitcher to try and work this team out and try and keep their run rate down.
To try and contain them, and if you get errors in the field, that doesn't help. It just compounds things. So, well, I don't think, I certainly haven't seen her pitch in A grade.
No, this might be her debut.
Taylor, isn't it?
Taylor Mead, yes. Yep. So she's in the under-17s team and plays some B grade games as well, but this quite potentially could be her A grade debut, which is very exciting.
One of Rick's daughters?
One of Rick's daughters,
okay.
So a twin. Alicia's also on the bench today. She's a catcher.
That'd be fantastic, knowing that your twins are on the, you know, well, in the side, you know, one of them's having the trundle.
That's great. Yeah, they're good, great girls and really coachable and very keen to learn. I did a little bit of work out with Glenelg last year with their B grade side, and we had Alicia and Taylor come and play a few games for us while they were still in junior teams there, and yeah, absolutely lovely girls.
Well, as I say to lots of people, when I did a lot of school coaching, you know, with the skill development and that in schools, that I said people will remember you by your manners and the way you conduct yourself, not by your sporting achievements as you get older. And that's perfectly true. And here's their father now, the proud man, the big man, Rick Mead.
Yes, it must be a really proud moment, and I totally agree with you, Lee. Sports come and go, but you always remember the person for the person and who they are.
And that's why it's so important. You know.
Getting a little bit of nerves out of the way there, Taylor. So
people like talking to nice people.
They do. So we've got Maddie Scott up at the batter's box, and she's been on base twice today. Some errors in the field. There you go. First strike there. So we've 1-1.
And it hasn't taken long for Father Rick to get in the action, just giving a little bit of advice.
Giving her a little bit of encouragement there. It was a good pitch, a little bit of an off-speed pitch there for Taylor.
Well, he's perfectly correct in what he says, ground ball or fly ball, you know.
That's right.
Just put the ball up and by and out, or on the ground by and out.
Just tried an off-speed pitch there, so that brings up 3 balls and 1 strike with Maddie Scott. And 4 balls there on Maddie. So that brings up runners on first and second for West Torrens. And Brody, we've got a change here. We've got Brody Borofnik coming in. Brody is currently trialling on the last lot of selection for the Australian junior lacrosse team.
Yeah, under 19s, I believe, and I've seen her play. I saw her play her last grand final during the season. She can play. And I think lacrosse is a terrific game to watch, spectator sport. It improves your running because you're running because you have to. So you're not forcing people to do wind sprints or anything like that. And her speed has got better. Her strength is probably her hitting.
Absolutely, yes.
Hasn't been hitting just yet this season.
Good pitch in there, Taylor. So strike one on the batter. And again, you know, with the, I think the pressures and the demands from her other sporting, playing lacrosse at the moment and where she's at with that, it's probably, yeah, for a young person like Brody, you know, potentially could just impact on her.
Yes, and a delightful young person she is. She doesn't change. She's just Brody.
Yes, you know what you're going to get every time, which is great with Brody.
1-2, strike one.
2 balls and 1 strike on her at the moment. And Brody's in for Alicia. Taylor's trying a couple of things with the ball there, so I think she's also realizing that West Torrens won't go down lightly and are going to take advantage of anything that looks nice. So I can see that Taylor's trying a few different pitches there. 3 balls and another walk. Pulling up another walk there. So we've got bases loaded. Jackie Beal's up. And 1 out.
Yep.
The last time these two teams played was on the 21st of October, and West Torrens were victorious there, 17-2.
Yes, yeah, well, they're a big hitting side, West Torrens, the Eagles. When they've got their full side, well, that's the same with any team. You know, you get full complement of players, your better players, more experienced players.
Good pick up there by Megan Wheatley in the catching position there. So
Excellent catcher she is.
She's the full package, isn't she?
Yep, she is.
Great batter, good catcher, great runner.
Good arm.
And one of those really great kids as well.
Yep.
And there's a ball there. So we've got 1 strike on Jackie and 2 balls. Oh, just high. So 3 and 1. See what Taylor gives her now. And it's a hard hit to Caitlin Carroll, who makes a great play.
What a lovely piece of movement by Caitlin Carroll.
That was great.
We talked about her before the start of this game, that she's so quick on her feet. And that's what took her to the ball, nothing else, the quickness.
That's her speed that gets her there, that's exactly right. So she brings up an out. West Torrens did score a run. Courtney May hits a ground ball to Gemma Cochran, who takes it over to Caitlin and retires West Torrens. And Glenelg will be looking to get some runs on the board here and close that gap a little bit to keep this game going.
At the moment it's 13-1.
But I don't think West Torrens are going to hand anything to them. They're going to keep tight. They'll want to be keeping everything polished and making sure that
they're under the tutelage of David Gooley and Bill Benedictson, but David Gooley specifically, when he's got you, when his team has got you, they don't let up.
No, they don't. They're relentless. Who have we got coming up for Glenelg? Lee? Sophie Hoyle.
No, it mightn't be. Hang on, 1, 2, 3.
Sophie's out here. So Sophie will be the best person to get little bit of a start on this team. If they want a bit of a run of hits there, she's certainly the person who can motivate, because we know that she can hit the ball and hit it hard. All right, so Maddie's had a good game so far. She'll be wanting to keep that percentage.
This is the top of the 5th.
Ball.
A little bit high, so ball 1 on the batter.
I've got a long ball coming here from Hoyle,
You feeling it?
crashing it into the fence somewhere.
Will she
Maybe
be
the MC
Will
side.
she be the first person to pick up that $50 sports voucher from MC? What a great promotion there, Lee. So if you
Certainly
missed it in the
is.
beginning. Anybody, the MC sign that's out there just behind center field, anybody hits the ball over that or hits it on the full and gets a home run, wins themselves a $50 sports voucher. So we're very thankful to MC Sport for their continued sponsorship for softball. And Sophie picks up another walk today. That's a 2nd for the day. Good judge of the ball, and even though she loves to hit and loves to hit big, she's also a great team player, and if it's not there, she's not going to chase it.
Maybe this is an innings of a few runs. Just sensing.
Oh.
Or not.
Or not. You spoke too soon, Lee. What a shame. What a shame. Nice hard hit by Montana Edwards there, but Kelsey Nucky picking that up and just turning. Here's the replay here. She wants to hit that ball hard.
And that's twice for Sophie at first base.
That is. Yes, she won't be thinking today's her lucky day.
No, she won't be. I suppose in football terms that she plays also that it's just brushed the post as it was going through for the winning goal.
So we've got Caitlin Carroll up at the batting box at the moment. How's Caitlin gone today? She's had 1 turn at bat. She was put out. She'll be looking to get on as well.
Ball hit to Kelsey Nucky in the line.
She's good watching there. You can see she's eager. She really wants to hit that ball, but it was just out of her zone. And looking at that replay again, great dive back there by Sophie, but just not quick enough. Good thinking there by Kelsey Nucky. Nice quick pitch there by Maddie. Looked like it must have just been inside. So 3 balls, 1 strike on Caitlin Carroll.
And there's 2 down. So CC looking to get running here. It's great to have speed, leg speed, but it's not much help to you if you can't get on base. And she has.
And she has. So let's hope she gets a chance now to show us how quick she is around the base. Gemma Cochran's coming up.
Yeah, Gemma plays a lot of first base. So I remember her from the successful under-19s in 2015. I think.
She took the last play of the game, didn't she?
She did. She played very well too.
She has a nice hard hit to Jordan.
Oh.
Took a bit of a funny bounce, but Jordan managed to keep her glove on it, and routine throw over to Kelsey for the 3rd out for the inning. Retiring Glenelg, and the score is still 13-1.
That's it.
And that's time and game.
Mercy.
On the mercy rule. So West Torrens still managing to show their dominance by just being so aggressive in the batting box and just picking up runs consistently through the game. So that brings West Torrens to 12 points, and they're sitting at 2nd. Hills. They're both Hills and West Torrens both on 8, having played 8 games, but with West Torrens on 12, Hills on 11. So the order of top 3 of the table is still Seacombe at 13, having played 10 games. West Torrens, actually Actually, they've played 9 games with 12, and then Hills 8 games with 11. So West Torrens, I believe, have a little bit of a break for about 11 days. Is that right?
Yes, it's a funny sort of a draw this year. It's you don't. Sometimes people are playing, but last week, after the completion of the games on Wednesday night, I think it was, every team had played every other team at least once in the competition. So.
So that is.
Okay, so what was your take on that game then, Kath? Well, we know what the score was, 13-1, but it's what did Glenelg get out of that?
Oh, frustration?
Yeah, frustration, I think that's the operative word. I mean, Sasha tried to darn us to do something, but West Torrens, as we've seen before, and we've seen this over the years, when West Torrens get on a roll with the bat, they are very hard to nullify.
They are, and that was the difference in the two teams today. It was certainly the batting box. What teams did in the batting box? I mean, West Torrens had 3 or 4 runs in the very first inning. In Glenelg was still really trying to find a bit of a flow on with some batting. They get a couple of hits here and there, but there's nothing enough to keep it going. So I think that was the big difference in the sides today, was just that aggression in the box and just being able to put the ball in safe places.
Yeah, so the game's coming up on Wednesday. It's at 7:30, it's Sturt versus Seacombe on Diamond 2, and at 8 o'clock it's Walkerville versus Hills on this diamond.
And I think that's going to be some great. There's going to be some great competitions there between those teams.
Okay, well that just about takes us out for the day now, Kath. So thanks very much for helping out today. I hope you enjoyed it, seeing your sisters, your daughters even. I didn't realise you were that old. They were that old. Your daughters playing, and I hope you enjoyed yourself. And so from Diamond Sports Park, this is Lee Hull on behalf of Kathy Lambert saying good afternoon, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks, Lee.